Hello, I'm Jeremy, and I'm here to talk about a football match. Today's football match was Arsenal versus Leicester City. Arsenal had 1 million goals disallowed, but still won 1-0. Now, over to Mr. May for his thoughts.
Thanks, Jeremy. You complete and utter tit. I reckon Zinchenko was great today, and the real travesty was Trossard's disallowed goal. Arsenal deserved the win. Perhaps the real score alone should have been 4-0. Now we're joined by our new host for our final thoughts.
Hello, it's me, Sheldon J. Clarkson. That referee in this match was so bad. I could referee with my one eye closed and do a better job. It's good night from me, and on that bombshell, it's time to explode.
Hello, I'm Jeremy, and I'm here to talk about a football match. Today's football match was Arsenal versus Everton. Arsenal won 4-0, had over 70% possession, and 22 throw-ins. Now, over to Mr. May for his thoughts.
Cheers, Jeremy, you muppet. Why are you talking about the 22 throw-ins? Nobody cares about that. I thought Saka and Martinelli worked very well together today. Everton now have lost to Arsenal 100 times. This is a new record in English football, as no team has ever beaten another 100 times. Now we're joined by our new host for our final thoughts.
Hello, are you there? Back in my day, people would be there when someone spoke.
Talk about the football.
Oh dear, there, someone called Saka. Saka scored his 10th league goal. And Martinelli scored his early 5th goal. And on that bombshell. Good night.
Hello, I'm Jeremy, and I'm here to talk about a football match. Arsenal conceded in 9 seconds. The scoreline was Arsenal Football Club 3, Bournemouth 2. Arsenal with 81% possession, 17 corner kicks and 46 crosses. Arsenal should have had 2 penalties in the first half alone. So anyway, here's James, with his usual boring and seldom interesting comments.
Jeremy, you really are a complete prat. Arsenal showed some weak defence in the first half. Arsenal conceded very early and it only got worse. By the second half, Arsenal had dominated possession but were 2 goals down. But then a strike by Thomas Partey saw them attempt to fight back. Ben White was subbed on and scored to make it 2-2, as the ball was deemed to have crossed the line. After 6 minutes of extra time had elapsed, Bournemouth's knack of wasting time backfired. Nelson, the super sub, arrived to score the winner on the 97th minute. Now we're joined by our new host for our final thoughts.
Hello, I like money. Arsenal had at least 7 penalty decisions. How they didn't get a single penalty is beyond me. I think it was Plankton who said, I could referee with my one eye closed and do a better job. And on that bombshell, I want money.
Today Arsenal played Fulham away from home. The score was 3-0. Arsenal dominated the first half. Trossard set up 3 goals and won man of the match. And now we pass it over to James May, the idiot I have to put up with on a regular basis.
I have had enough of this. Jeremy, a wet match in a dark cave. An early own goal was ruled out as offside. Lucky for Fulham, but they soon conceded 3 more legitimate goals. Jesus finally returned from his injury. Arsenal also made a record 5 clean sheets in away matches in London. Now we're joined by our new host for our final thoughts.
Thanks, James. In other news, I quit my job at the helium gas factory. I didn't like being spoken to in that tone. People say I'm a plagiarist, their word, not mine. My therapist says I have a preoccupation with vengeance. We'll see about that. And in final news, a badly timed high five is a real slap in the face. And on that bombshell, good night, Peru.
Hello, everybody. Today was Arsenal versus Crystal Palace. The score was a 4-1 Arsenal win.
Arsenal deserved the win. Perhaps the real score alone should have been 4-0.
When you say scoreline, you sound like you from the West Country.
Well, you sound like a pellock. Anyway, Martinelli scored 1, Saka got 2, and Xhaka got 1.
James, why are you stealing my bit?
Quiet you two, another news. Quiet you two. About a month before my grandfather died, we covered his back with lard. After that, he went downhill very quickly.
What are you talking about?
I hate sitting in traffic because I always get run over.
What is wrong with this guy? We never should have hired him.
And lastly, to the man on crutches, dressed in camouflage, who stole my wallet. You can hide, but you can't run.
Now we're joined by our new host for our final thoughts.
Hello everyone. Thank you for the chance on your show. I am the level 5 rank.
Hey, when do I get my turn? And Saka Beckham's the first player this season to do the double-double. He got 10 assists and over 10 goals. That bombshell. Screw you guys, I'm going home.
I was gonna say that.